Hello, welcome to CADEM CNC Gyan online. This talk is part of a series of lectures on CNC machining from CADEM Technologies. You may be a teacher in a technical institution, you may be in industry, on the shop floor, you may be an entrepreneur. Whatever your role, these lectures are designed to quickly give you basic knowledge of CNC machining, which you can then build upon. This set of 8 videos simplify the complex area of CNC technology. These lecture videos extensively use CADEM's multimedia CNC education software to bring the shop floor live on your screen. Happy learning. In this lecture, I will be covering the basics of CNC programming on machining centers. You will see that programming is actually quite an easy job, not some complex task requiring a PhD. The purpose of a CNC program is to move the tool to cut a required part with other necessary actions like controlling the spindle, changing the tool, and so on. Programming appears to be a complex process but is actually very simple. The tool on a CNC machining center is only capable of these 4 motions. The program commands for these motions are G00, G01, etc. In addition, you have commands for changing the tool, specifying the spindle speed, starting and stopping the spindle, controlling the coolant, etc. Knowing just these and a few other commands, you can actually write programs for cutting complex parts. The rapid traverse command G00 moves the tool at a high speed when it is moving in air to save time. The rapid rate varies from machine to machine and on most machines would be about 20 meters per minute. The feed traverse command G01 moves the tool in a straight line at a specified rate and is used to cut along a straight line. These two circular motion commands G02 and G03 move the tool along a clockwise arc and a counterclockwise arc. When you have a series of repetitive motions, like when you are doing peg drilling at multiple locations, you can use a command called a CAN cycle. A CAN cycle speeds up programming and shortens the program. This animation shows a peg drilling operation that can be programmed with just a few lines of CAN cycle command. In this program, the line with G73 specifies the hole depth, peg depth, feed rate, etc. The lines below specify the locations at which drilling is to be done. From this CAN cycle, the machine generates all the individual motions required to drill the holes. These few lines replace maybe 40 or 50 lines that you would have otherwise written. We will now write a small program and try it on CADEM CNC Mill, program simulation software. This is a small program to cut a square groove. This is the beginning of the program with the program number. This is the tool change command. This is the spindle speed and direction. These lines move the tool at rapid to the start position for cutting. This line moves the tool into the material and F is the feed rate. These lines cut the 4 sides of the square. This line moves the tool rapidly out of the part. This line stops the spindle. This line moves the tool rapidly away from the part. This is the end of the program. The program is now done. We now specify what the tool is. We'll check the program to see if it is correct. The software is telling us that there are some errors. We'll correct these. We check for errors once again and find that there are no errors. We can now see the tool path simulation. We will now see the simulation for a program with a CAN cycle. We'll just call an existing program. You can see the G73 command, the CAN cycle for peg drilling. The few lines below it are the positions at which holes need to be drilled. We see the simulation. You can see in the simulation that a lot of motions are being performed as a result of this single can cycle command. From the CNC programs that you saw just now, you have probably realized that CNC programming is not a complex job. A lot of people think that programming is the main job in cutting a part on a CNC machining center. That if you just enter a program on the machine and press a button, the part gets done. This is wrong. Like this picture shows, programming is just one of the steps involved in cutting a part. There are multiple steps, each involving thinking. Only 20% of the thinking is in programming, while the rest is in other activities. I hope you found this talk useful. If you have any questions about CNC machining, please call me on the CNC Gyan helpline.